Station, everyone. Happy New Comic Book Day. Happy Whiplash Wednesday with the PCP Army Bad Batch. We're going at it another week, and today is just a fantastic day, as always, with the PCP Army Bad Batch and this beautiful New Comic Book Day. It all started over on Nick Comic Culture's Cadets, Toys, and Comics. Look at, see what they got for New Comic Book Day, see what they got for toys, collectibles, Funko Pops, you name it, they probably do have it. So definitely go check out that video, and I'll get to the rest of what the PCP Army Bad Batch has to offer on this beautiful Whiplash Wednesday after this video, because this is Chatting with the Comic Community, episode 40. Yeah, that's right, guys. We have got to 40 episodes. What a milestone it has been. Been talking with some amazing people throughout this comic community, figuring out what they nerd out about besides comics, and it's been a great time. Today's guest for Chatting with the Comic Community, episode 40, is a special guest. He is new to the comic community, and he's been just coming at it full force. Been learning as he goes. But guys, he is also a fan of many different things, and I'm super excited to talk to him about those today. So without further ado, let's bring out Brother Joe, a real American hero. Station,
my brother.
How's it going today, Brother Joe?
Oh, it's a great day in the neighborhood.
It's a great day in the neighborhood, is it? I'm so excited for you to join me today on this amazing New Comic Book Day and Whiplash Wednesday. Not only is it with the PCP Army Bad Batch, but you are a fellow backlog bro. What's a backlog bro? Who knows?
I don't know.
But thank you so much for joining me today, Brother Joe.
Oh, you're quite welcome. I've been waiting my turn in line ever since Bobby did the first. For people that don't know, Bobby De La Ghetto's my brother, and that's why they call me Brother Joe. But ever since he did your first show last year sometime, that was a great show, and everybody that I've seen in between, they're all very interesting people. So I just waited my turn, and I knew you'd get to me sooner or later. I know you.
Yeah, I schedule way ahead of these shows and that, but I'm so glad that I finally got you on the roster, got you in here to talk to you about everything nerdy. So for the viewers that don't know a lot about you, tell them a little bit about yourself, Brother Joe.
Well, my name's Brother Joe, and I'm Bobby De La Ghetto's brother. And we've been living in Kansas City all our lives here in the Midwest. So Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri are right there on the edge of the two states. So, we support, as you can see, I support my Chiefs, and, just lived here in Kansas City, and, what they would say is we had the quintessential Leave It to Beaver lives, growing up here in Kansas City. You see New York, the highlights of New York and the bright lights of California, but here in the Midwest, we just, live day by day, or make it a simple life and do what we can. So in the process, Bobby has always had love for comics, always. And I've followed him. He's always taken me here and there and everywhere. But, my passion falls for sporting events and sports and stuff. That's what actually I was headed towards in the beginnings. Wrestling was a big thing here in Kansas City. We had our territory. We had our own wrestling organization. So I followed that through the years. And then, of course, football with the Chiefs through the years, and with Bobby through the years, picking up comics. And he's been responsible for my main collection of comic books to help me carry through. Like you say, I have I've collected a lot of things. I didn't know I was backlogged back in them days. I was just keeping it out of the trash.
So how would you say, you did say that Bobby started kind of your path onto collecting, but when did you start reading the comics and delving into the reading part?
Oh, we've always read comics through the years. My grandmother worked at a five and dime, a Wilco. I forgot what they were called, but it was like a five and dime. So of course the little drugstores, they had comic books, among other things. And for some reason, she would bring it home to my brother and me, my brother and I, and we had cousins. So once or twice a month, we'd spend the night at my grandmother's house, my grandparents' house, and one thing to do was sit there and read comics. Back in the day, they were the comics that were like Mutt and Jeff and Heckle and Jekyll and Woody Woodpecker and Casper, and occasionally we get what was his name, the Indian guy with the him and his son, Key Comics or what Golden Key Comics and stuff like that. But of course, we didn't know to keep up. We didn't know to keep them. We didn't know to keep them back then. So, c'est la vie.
So you did you ever read the Archie in that as well? Like, I know Archie was big back then as well.
Well, through the years, I might have picked up a couple of them here and there. Of course, reading comics, before all this action. Back in them days, them comics were Superman and Batman and them, but the action was action, but it wasn't high definition, blood and guts and stuff, or whatever you want to call it today. But they were still action for us, zip, zoom, bam. We say, ooh, look at that guy.
Yeah. So who is the first hero comic that you've gotten into and started reading?
Well, I think everybody has a strong Batman collection. Once you go with Batman, the whole Batman family and stuff through the years, Robin and them, team ups and stuff. And then, of course, on the Marvel side, if you didn't run with Spider-Man, you had a variety of different superheroes to pick from. But, you stayed with those and I stayed with those more or less. If I say anything besides a lot of stuff that I don't know what it is, I would say Batman and Spider-Man are the people I run with to read a comic, and I've been gotten back into reading and stuff, and more that, like, I hear stories about my gentlemen here and their comic book pull for this week. Now I've got 20 comics, and that's a small load. I got 35, and I'm not doing good. Man, I'm lucky to have a 10 comic pull, and I don't want any more than a 10 comic pull.
Yeah, you keep your pull list pretty low though, Brother Joe, and it's pretty good. Keep it that way. And that collect what you love in that. I know you've been reading a lot of the Josh Williamson's Robin run, and you've been enjoying that. And of course, you've been picking up Ha, especially the Bobby Delgado exclusives that he's drew and stuff.
That's what started me on this quest. I decided to make my comic book collection a collection of two things from this point on, because I don't want to go back and make runs and series and things like that. But if I can pick up another year's worth of Bobby Delgado cover art and a few slabs here and there, that's what my collection will consist of, just for me, and see what happens, because I see so many amazing people with so many amazing collections out there that I just feel it's like, I feel that it's worth it. My little bit I can contribute is worth it for me.
Well, the main thing is you're collecting what you enjoy, and of course you're supporting your brother and picking up everything that he creates because you love his art and you love to support your brother. And I like station to that, Brother Joe.
He wants to expand. He's kind of a shy guy, and he wants to start expanding. So if anybody out there in the community wants to reach out to him and get a commission done, I'm sure he'd be glad to. He would be not only honored, he'd be happy to do it, because I'm sure, I know Taki has one, and I have mine, and it's just something to have in your collection.
Something to have the whole. It's especially nice when you know the person in that and you've grown to love the person. That's right, Bobby. I love you, brother. But yeah, going from that though, you've been a collector all throughout your days, not just comic collecting, but you have a strong passion for wrestling, and you've met wrestlers, you've got their autographs, you've got to be around those. I want to hear your experience with that.
Well, through the years, like I said, I have another brother named Tony, and the people in the group here call him Silent Tony. We started calling him Silent Tony because he doesn't have a collectible nature about him. He doesn't have a collectible nature. He's just this and that and taking care of his business and all that. But Bobby had brought the collectible in me, and for some reason, like I said, I didn't know I had a collectible nature. But I was like considered a hoarder. But I'm not a hoarder, but I play one on TV. So I just didn't throw shit in the trash, man. And so that's why I have this and that. I have a few things. And one of the things I started going with was wrestling. I used to watch wrestling as a kid, 8, 10, 12 years old. Like I said, we had our wrestling organization here. They had a live TV, not a live TV show, a tape TV show every Saturday morning. And they put me down in front of the TV, and here we go with cartoons, Zip Zap, Babbity Bab, Mighty Mouse, and Porky Pig, and Bugs Bunny, and then after that, here comes the wrestling show. So I'd sit there and be watching that. Oh wow, look at these guys, Dick the Bruiser, and Bob Geigel, and Harley Race, and sometimes Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes would come in, do the territories and stuff. Wow, look at that. So me and my brother, he felt he watched it, but he felt he wasn't passionate about it, I guess the word is. And I got passionate about it. So when I started finding it on the streets, here and there, I'd pick up the magazines, the toys, and a few toys here and there and things like that, whatever I thought was wrestling related. And that's where I took off. And then plus, football here in Kansas City, football's like, the Chiefs is like a religion, man. I don't want to say that, but hey, come on. So you find things here and there, and through the lean years, the bad years, people want to get rid of their stuff, and so here it is at garage sales, here it is at flea markets and yard sales, and let me pick it up. I don't want to see it to go in the dump. What trash, so let me pick it up. So, that, and then I have, well, not only this and that, but I have all kinds of collectible artwork and art and stuff that I picked up, not from anybody important, but from friends that did art. And so, that's another collection I'm working on, just people that are, I know in this community. Bobby had a friend that passed away. He was a very good artist. So I picked up a few pieces from him. And my brother Tony has a lifelong friend that is a professional artist here in Kansas City. He's done murals for the city. And so he picked up a lot of artwork from him. And, I picked up some from passed down and handed to and picked up and bought here and there. So like you say, it's whatever you come across that suits your fancy.
You collect what you love, man. You just collect what you love. But going back to the wrestling portion, like you said, you sat in front of the TV and watched wrestling and that, and you grew in fancy of that, picked up the toys, picked up what you could of wrestling. Who was some of your favorite wrestlers growing up?
Well, we have one here in Kansas City. We had one that made it to the major league. If you call the WWE the major league, there's been a lot of wrestlers that traveled through here that made it to the WWE, but we had a hometown favorite, and his name was Handsome Harley Race. He was back in the 60s and 70s, and got to see a lot of them. And When he moved up to the WWE, that's when they first started the King of the Ring series, and they crowned him the first king. So from then forth, that forth on, he was named King Harley Race. And he did his stint through the W. He never had a title, I don't think, maybe small ones, but he did his time. You know, he was a jobber, whatever you call him, and did his time. But of course, there's been several others, but he's the one that stands out the most. We had another gentleman by the name of Bruiser Brody, a big, massive monster man with the hair like Sal Paliamua, big long hair, and he was a monster, man. There's technical wrestlers and there's brawlers. There's your high flyers, then there's your luchadors. Then there's your sumo, your Japanese stars. This guy was a brawler. They didn't say he knew how to wrestle, but he used to beat your, you know what, in the ring until you get submitted.
Oh man, it's uncanny how much knowledge you have of wrestling. I didn't understand half the words you just said because I know a little bit about wrestling, but I'm not that much immersed into the culture of wrestling. So,
well, if we haven't lost your viewers by now, I think I know what we're talking about.
I love to talk about people's passions and that. Like, of course, you have a huge passion for wrestling. So, did you ever get to meet that guy from Kansas City?
Sure did. In my travels, I've met quite a few wrestling stars. I started at a young age, you know. Just going to the shows, going to the wrestling shows was a one-night affair, like you would go to the Comic-Con. A 3-day affair at the Comic-Con, but this was in one night. So the whole arena, when we're from, there were arenas. They moved up to the big, major, venues and stuff. The thousands and thousands of audience, but in the arenas here, we hung around. We got there early because we called it tailgating back then. We got there early, maybe brought our dinner from McDonald's, some sodas, and sat there and drank them and ate and waited for the wrestlers because the show starts at 7 Central. The wrestlers have a time period of showing up. They have to be there like 2 hours ahead of time. So around 4:30, 5 o'clock, here comes the wrestlers, start pulling in. And if you had a chance to talk to them, you take your little sack with your little backpack with your comic, your magazines and whatever you had, cards or maybe a toy, and say, please, 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 sir. And if they were good about it, they'd sign it. If they had a bad day, they'd say, ew.
So, off the top of your head, who are some of them that you have met and you have gotten an autograph from? I'd love to hear that, and I'm sure that the viewers at home right now would love to hear that as well.
The list is so long. Have you seen Jericho's list of 1,001 holes? My list is about that long, but unfortunately, the two Canadian stars I love the most, we lost. I was able to meet Owen Hart, the fabulous Hart family. Of all the Harts, Bret Hart and Davy Boy Smith and British Bulldog and all them, Jim the Anvil Neidhart and all them. Of all those wrestlers, the only person I was able to meet was Owen Hart, the Black Hart, Owen Hart. And that was a fantastic story. That was a fantastic meeting for Sister Joe. That was a fantastic meeting. And unfortunately, the other wrestler I met, it was a great day for me. It was a beautiful day. I met the late, great Chris Benoit. I met him. He came to town. He had an autograph signing, and man, you're so excited to meet them. How are you doing, sir? I hope you have a good show and all this and that. I was, hey, kid, thanks. Hey, hope to see you at the show. Yeah, thanks. So, but I've met I met most of the mid-carders. Not the superstars like Hulk Hogan and the Macho Man. Oh, the Macho Man. I didn't meet guys like that, but I met the mid-carders that were passing through because they were a lot nicer, man. They were a lot nicer. You know, they were a lot more laid back and they didn't have nothing to persona. And for every person I've got their autograph, I might have been turned down twice or so before because a gentleman by the name of Dusty Rhodes, or I just got Dusty Rhodes here recently, but his brother, no, Cody Rhodes, I got Cody Rhodes, but his brother Dustin, I thought he was gonna, you know, be a nice guy. I met him at the airport, but he was in a hurry, man. I said, Dustin, can I get your autograph? That day, I'd met about 6 or 7 other wrestlers, females, and everybody. So I was excited. Dustin, can I get your autograph? He said, no, I'm busy. I walked away. I said, okay, my bad. Sorry. But it happened.
Must have been really busy, just trying to stressed out and trying to get somewhere and stuff. So,
but
I guess it just wasn't his day.
That same day, I'm at the airport. I saw the face of Rob Regal, the actor. He was getting ready to board a plane. I said, Mr. Regal, can you sign my book? He goes, yeah, sure, hurry up.
Nice. That's amazing. Like you do have a long list of autographs from wrestling. It's crazy. And you have pictures as well. Like you've taken pictures. They're on your Instagram. Check them out. The link is down below for Brother Joe's Instagram for sure.
If you're not too self-conscious and shy, make the effort, man. Make the effort. It's just I look at it like those big game fishermen out there and those big game sportsmen out there. If you've ever gone fishing or hunting or whatever, you don't catch nothing unless you try. You can't catch nothing sitting in your living room. So I'd go out there, make an effort to find them, and be prepared with something that they can sign.
Yeah, a big screen here. Look at that.
That says Greg the Hammer Valentine. That one I got from Nick. He was at his comic convention, and he talked to artists and writers before, but I think that was the first wrestler he talked to, and he told me, Brother Joe, send me something. I might get it signed for you, and I said, I'll get out of here. Come on, do it. So I happened to send him an AOK, and I slipped that in there, and sure enough, 2 months later, he got it signed and said, I'll send it back to you. And, man, keep it. That was the story for you and your daughter and all that good times and everything. Keep it, man. Keep the memory. I got plenty. But sure enough, the gentleman he sent it back, I think. And so that's a piece of my collection.
That's awesome. Like, hey, you have cards, you have toys. What are some of the figures that you picked up throughout the years for wrestling?
Well, those big action figures, I don't like to pick them up too much because, man, they take up a lot of space. But I go for the smaller items and things I can find that are wrestling related. Like, I have these toys from the 70s. And this is Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. And fortunately, his back was big enough for him to sign it. So he signed
nice.
There, Ted DiBiase. Now, this is the only one I have signed. I have a lot of others, but I was fortunate enough to get that one and sign it. And then I have these. I have a complete set of these that I've been picking up here lately. And these are just small little figures. This is the John Cena. This is the Booker T. And they're smaller. They're easier to store away. Because like I said, room is very optional here. I don't have a big sprawling
area. You just have what you have, that little area.
So this is my my spare bedroom, my chief's room. I bring my stuff up here when I look at it, but my basement is a cluttered mess. So, you know, I just have stuff put away back in there that once in a while I dig it out and look, and then I'll show you guys if I have the time to pop out and say, what do you think about this? And what do you think? Like I showed tomorrow my Power Ranger collection, and he liked that, you know, and I've had shows on the Chit Chat line with my cops, those cop toys that I had from back in the day. So you never know what I'll pull out of my totes and
Well, what I call it is Brother Joe's treasure chest.
treasure trove.
So I like, it's crazy though. Like, to be honest with everybody watching, it is true. Like, you do not know. Like, there's so much that we just still don't know what Brother Joe's collecting. So I'm hoping we can pull it out from him right now and get him to show off what he has on Instagram, doing what he loves and that, posting videos.
Yeah. I made a big mistake, a very big mistake, when I sent you that AOK, because I sent you the McDonald's Batman bag and the fry box and the Frisbee cup lid, but I couldn't find the Happy Meal toy that came with it at the time. Well, digging through my boxes, I found one. It's still in the bag from 1984, you know. So the next time I put something together, I'm going to throw that in there and send it to you, or just send that to you. That'll be the cheapest thing, to send a little thing and send that to you, and that's it, because so we can finish the package.
So, of course, you know I'm going to ask, and like, besides wrestling, besides comic books, besides your team, go Chiefs. Yep, go Chiefs. That one's for you, Bobby, the legend. What else do you collect? You said Power Rangers. You said so much. Can you think of anything that could be in your boxes that you may have, or you may have collected throughout the years?
You don't want to hear a sad story, do you?
I want to hear any story from you, Brother Joe. That's why you're on the show.
Well, back in the day, my comic book collection consisted of three certain comics. One of them was the Gru collection, the Gru series. He was a Marvel character by the name of Gru. And I have Bobby tells me that this comic book, the first appearance of Gru was in the comic called Destroyer Duck. So I have a copy of that comic, and I'm missing three comics out of that series from 1 to 150.
Only how many you're missing? You're only missing 3? Oh, that's good.
But the bad news is I also collected Spider-Man Marvel team-ups. And even though I got every issue from issue number 1 to the issue 55 or 6, something like that. I can't remember. The last one I think had the Fantastic Four on it. But because those were the days I was running with Bobby. I was running with Bobby to Clint's every week. I was running with Bobby. So those Spider-Man team-ups and the What If Marvel Comics, the first series, I have all those too. But somehow in my pile of CRAP, I've misplaced them, and I haven't seen them in years. So Bobby wants me to clear out my junk and look for them and resurrect those 2 comic book series if I can ever find them.
Yeah. Just saying, if you find the What Ifs, I'll buy some off of you, because I love my What Ifs.
If I find them, I ain't breaking up the set.
You don't have to break up the set. You can just send them all towards me.
Oh, brother.
I'll buy them all off of you. You don't have to send them to me. I'll buy them off of you.
Oh, brother, I hope I don't find them.
But yeah, like like you said, Power Rangers and stuff. Do you have any more toys that are non-related to wrestling or the Chiefs?
Yeah, yeah. Well, through the years, when you have children, through the years, they you buy them all kinds of things. You buy them all kinds of things, and when they get tired of it and stuff, I don't know if you either throw them away or what, but I would keep things here and there, and so that's mainly what I have in my collection. I have everything from. I think the last time I had a show or something, I showed a series of cereal box cereal boxes, and Rob, I had a one of these Ritz's Cheez-Its box was on the back was a Star Wars poster for the movie, one of the movies, and so I pulled that out, and Robin says, "Who keeps a Cheez-Its box?" I got a couple sitting over here. So, whatever. I don't know what it could be. I don't know what it could be. I don't even know what these are called, but I've been having these hanging around for a while. And I remember, I think they went on a track that they went downhill with. So there's these little look like beanies or something.
Okay.
And I got a whole bag on here that I picked up at a yard sale. So I guess I'll look for the track and try to see if I can race them or whatever. I don't know.
Your collection consists of a lot. Like you're the original backlog bro.
Whatever trips my trigger. Whatever I take a look at, I'll pick up.
Oh, that's nice.
Now I found this somewhere. As you can see, it was discolored. Some kid colored all over it and stuff. But still, it's a.
I think I remember that from my childhood, like that figure, little toy.
Yep.
So, it's probably mine there. I remember coloring in the eyes.
So when you're out shopping, when you're out, especially at these, we have this drive-in theater, only one or two left in Kansas City, and on the weekends they open it up for a flea market area. Now you're not going to find diamonds, and you're not going to find gold, and you're not going to find gems, and you're not going to find mint, but you never know what you might find. So I go walk around and shop and this and that, and there it is. Lo and behold, I'll pick it up. How much you want for it? I want $10. I'll give you $6. What? Look, man, you want $6 in your hand, or you want to take this piece of crap home with you? All right, give me the money, money. And that's how it works. That's how it works around here. Everybody's trying to make a buck and save a buck.
Make a buck and save a buck. So what are some of the stuff that you found around a flea market that you're proud of finding and getting for the price that you did?
Oh man. Well, I live in this townhouse and it snows. When it snows, I've bought 2 or 3 snow blowers. The kind that you run across your sidewalk. I've bought them, kept them for about 6 months a year, turned around and sold them to people. Tell me they want to buy them off me, so I turn around, charge an extra $10, $20, and sell it to them. And those are just for whatever reason, and so I pick up things that these little figures here. Nobody wants these, but they're little church going. This statue is the statue of Joseph. Joseph, the father of Jesus, and this little candle burner is the Guadalupe they marry. See, and it's a candle burner. So, I mean, who wants this stuff?
Apparently you.
My 2 Christmases that I got from a while back.
Oh, that's cool.
Wolverine on a present and the Hulk in his Santa suit.
Now, see, people would want those.
Our kind of people, yes. Our kind of people, yes. So
let's move on to some of the pop culture stuff that you grew up with. Some of the cartoons you did mention. Some of the cartoons you grew up with earlier, but let's delve into some of the cartoons you definitely loved growing up with.
Oh wow, man! One of my original favorites was Mighty Mouse. The Mighty Mouse cartoons. Not only did Mighty Mouse come out, but he had another group called, I don't know if they were Heckle and Jekyll, but they were a couple of crows, I think, or something. And they were, or the Heckle and Jekyll were other. These like Casper, the Friendly Ghost and stuff. The comic books back then when I was a kid, those kind of things were, what we watched on TV, and then growing up, 14, 15, I didn't watch too many because I was out running the streets, man. They couldn't keep me at home. We would leave Bobby home alone as a kid because he's 9 years younger than me. And we go out to the discos. Disco duck. Disco duck. And we ran the streets. I mean, here in Kansas, here in our little neighborhood, I guess it's called, there wasn't a lot of crime. There wasn't a lot of trouble unless we were doing it. You know what I mean? So
what are you telling me, Brother Joe, that you were committing crime back then?
I don't know what it was called. It was called Young and Rambunctious. Young and Rambunctious, because my mama told me as a kid, she taught me a lot of lessons, but one of the lessons she taught me was, don't get caught, my son, don't get caught. We can't keep an eye on you 24 hours a day, but just don't get caught and come home at night and you'll be all right. I say, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now, did you come home every night?
I came home. I think I did. Well, I did, except for there was one period of time when I started going out. I had long flowing hair. Long flowing, the hippie days type hair. And of course, your deadline is 10 o'clock, your deadline is 11 o'clock, move back, you don't come home. If you don't come home this time, we're cutting your hair completely off. Brother Joe, we're cutting your hair completely off. You think, oh, Mom and Dad, you ain't gonna do it. Dad, are you lying, Dad? You lying. Sure enough, I fucking stayed out that night and oh my God, let's go, man, let's go. I can remember crying in the barber's chair. Oh, shit.
And it's never grown back since.
Those were the days, my friend. I thought they never end. We sing and dance forever and a day. Let's see if any of your viewers know what that song is. Maybe.
I do have a lot of older viewers too. So there are a wide variety of different age groups.
We have these buddies, and we all give our 2 cents, and we all give our valued opinions, and we bring to the table whatever, our mainly our information and stuff, and what we have. And so for whatever reason, they said, look, would you do us a favor and sing an intro to my show? I said, what the hell? I'm not a singer. Well, I've never been a singer. I've never had a job as a singer. I've never had a, anything like that. No lessons or experience. I'm a shower singer.
Like most of us are. We're shower singers and that, but you're getting off topic here. We're getting to the cartoons, right? We're talking about the cartoons and that.
Cartoons. I have no. Oh, I saw the GI Joes and I saw the Transformers. As your memory fades. Right now, I'm watching Family Guy and Futurama. They make me laugh and stuff like that. Cartoons, but I'm not watching. I'm not. I'm not dedicated to anything where I can pull it off the top of my head.
So what kind of live action shows did you enjoy growing up? I know you said you playing the disco, you're going out doing the disco and that every night, leaving poor Bobby home alone and always coming home at night. You were definitely coming home at night. But what are some of the movies and pop culture things that you loved growing up?
Well, before all this technology, videos and CDs and everything. CDs. We would go to the movies a lot of movies, man. Movies try to make it every week with buddies. You and your buddies would get together. What movie's coming out tonight? What movie's coming out this week? And what movie's coming out? Did you want to see this and that? And so, we saw all the ones that were out there, from Paint Your Wagon to the Magnificent Seven to Yellow Submarine with the Beatles. I remember sitting in the theater watching the Yellow Submarine, freaking out because it was a cartoon animated and shit with the Beatles, and I'd say, "What the hell? All you need is love. All you need is love. Love is all you need." And I said, crazy. Jaws, all of them.
All of them in that.
But my scary genre, I'm not a scary guy. Dylan, my boy Dylan, I call him the scariest man on YouTube right now because his shows, they scare me. I'll listen to the reviews, but I don't know if I'll watch the movies. Like right now, I think somebody's talking about a movie they did not too long ago, but I don't, they won't interest me. If I'm going to watch a scary movie, it's going to be a black and white.
It's going to be one of the monster features. What were those? The Universal monsters.
It's going to be a black and white. Yeah. Those are those are what I can relate to.
All right, so here we go. What were some of your favorite Universal monsters? Of course, you had Frankenstein, you had Dracula, you had Creature from the Black Lagoon.
The King of the Monsters?
Okay, we'll go with that. We can go with that. Godzilla? Or wait, yeah, that's Godzilla.
King of the Monsters. I like the original Godzilla. And I'm still with Raymond Burr. They didn't show us. So that was my favorite of the Godzilla. Because monsters are monsters, and anybody could get you, from the Blob to the Wolfman to the Mummy. Anybody could get you. King Kong, Godzilla. So you better watch your back when you're running around the streets at night. But these later ones, these Japanese ones, I'm starting to watch more and more of them. They're kind of I don't want to say corny, campy, but if these people I'm hanging with now show me to get involved with the movie and understand why this is going on. It's not just watch it to watch it and you're trying to make out with your girlfriend and you're eating popcorn and throwing jujubes at people and stuff. You're there watching the movie. So okay, I get you. The monsters are coming here and there and this and that.
So did you watch the new Godzilla movie? I had a little bit of technical difficulty that I hit a button and that happened. Sorry guys who's watching.
As long as I didn't blink out, I'll let you run the show. I did. I've been watching. I've kept up with them with Matthew Broderick and this latest one, King Kong versus Godzilla. I like that one. So, yep. But you give me a Frankenstein and what's his name? Little Joe on Bonanza. Give me that. I was a teenage werewolf. I love that one. I was a teenage werewolf.
Or like Teen Wolf?
Well, it was before Teen Wolf. Wait, it's a black and white with what's his name? The guy that played Little Joe, and he was on the Little House of the Prairie. But I forgot his name.
Somebody that's watching, they'll probably know who you're talking about, but I have no idea.
Landon, I want to say, but I'm not sure. And one of his first movies was a black and white called I Was a Teenage Werewolf. And what they did was they gave him some hands and a mask, a face, and he wore like his Letterman's jacket and jeans running around the city, the town and terrorizing and stuff.
So what movies and TV shows are you enjoying right now? Like, have you been keeping caught up on some of the Marvel titles that are out right now?
Well, I made Sister Joe. Sister Joe and I. We watched that Hawkeye. We got that under our belts. She understood it more than I did, but we watched all the episodes. And were there 8 or 9 episodes?
No, there's only 6.
6, yeah. We watched them all. She didn't like she doesn't like the series style, just like the floppy in comics. She likes to watch the movie, complete one into the other. And she prefers to read trade paperbacks, and maybe she might start reading compendiums. I think that's what they're called. But so she can get the whole story at once instead of waiting week after, month after month. But so we waited a couple of weeks and watched like the first 3 episodes, and then waited the next 3 or 4 weeks and watched the last 3 episodes. And I didn't know who the swordsman was, and so somebody told me. I just saw the guy running around with a sword.
Yeah, there was not a lot of explanation on who characters were. Sometimes, like, I guess little nods to like the people who've read the comics and stuff, because this took place right from Matt Fraction's run on Hawkeye. So I'm interested. I have not read that, but I'm going to definitely read it and stuff here. Actually, probably the time that this airs, I probably would have already read it. So I'm excited to read that. But I know Sister Joe, and yes, Verno, she's real. And I know how she loves her.
She's as real as she can be, because she keeps me in my place. Hits me on the head. Come on, get out of here.
I know she loves her Wicket and the Divine. Her and I have been reading that, jumping through that, and she does love her trades. I agree with that. Have you been jumping into trades at all?
No. Nick had sent her that saga, and she just finished it last night. She just finished all the series last night. Now she wants to know, is it going to continue, or what's happening with Saga? What is the next? What's the next thing? Is Saga continuing? And she's thinking about what's the next big thing to read.
Saga is continuing now here soon with single issues, so she might want to wait for the next trade.
Yes, sir.
And I'll leave it to the viewers watching at home to hit you up and to give recommendations to Sister Joe to what she should be reading, and that this community is great. We always love to share what we love with other people. Of course, she loved The Wicked and the Divine. She loves Saga. I know here's one that I think she should read is Paper Girls was really good. I really enjoyed that. Middle West. Just a few from me. Freebird. Freebird was another great one. Blue and Green by Ram V. Mm-hmm. So those are recommendations for me, but the people watching right now, I know you guys are fantastic. I know this community is fantastic, and we'll just hit Brother Joe up and let Brother Joe know what Sister Joe should be reading in that. Also, while you guys are over there, go follow Brother Joe on Instagram. The link is down below. Also, as he was saying earlier, and why I cut him off is because I of course, wanted just to share it with him. He is also the musical beginning of the hashtag Blame Fable Show over on Instagram. Of course, his link is down below, as well as the rest of the PCP Army Bad Batch and the Backlogbros. What are the Backlogbros? Who knows? Brother Joe knows.
I know, but I've been sworn to secrecy because if I don't want to get a razor cut.
Brother Joe, I want to say thank you so much. We're hitting that hour mark here, and of course, we have more to come from the PCP Army Bad Batch and Whiplash Wednesday. Like I said, Nick Comic Culture started it off. Now it's on my channel, Chatting with the Comic Community, episode 40 with freaking Brother Joe, man. What a milestone episode this has been. This has been a great episode, episode 40. Next up is Nick Comic Culture with his second video of the day. Overcompensating for something as usual. But check out what he picked up, why he picked it up, and what he's going to pick up in the future on his comic haul video over at Nick Comic Culture. Link is down below. Then Brandon, that's Comics Kings, and Stefan, that's Missing Link, chop it up about, who knows, they rant about something this week, what they love, what they don't love, who knows, what did they pick up, what have they been reading? Go check it out down below. Link is down below for Crisis on Infinite Rants over on Comics Kings channel. Then, ending the night in fashion is Big Herm Collectibles with Missing Link and Fable for Let's Talk About It Remastered. What are they talking about tonight? Who do they have on the panel with them? Tune in and find out on Big Herm Collectibles channel. So, and actually, who knows if Chamorro Cinema, he's been dropping great review videos lately. He might pop in, drop a video. You want to keep the lookout for that. Go sub up to Chamorro Cinema. Link is down below. Hit that notification bell on all of their videos so you don't miss a single video. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up as well. And as well, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. It does mean a lot. Hit that notification bell. Ding, 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 that notification bell, just like Big Herm Collectibles likes to say. So I just want to say thank you, Brother Joe, for joining me today. It's been a fantastic conversation. Got to know a little bit more about you. And I hope the viewers at home got to know a little bit more about you as well.
I don't know what I said. You're
going to be watching this on the rewind. It's like, what did I say?
But thank you very much. I've got the U.S. covered, and I know you have the Canadian border covered and everything up there. My Mountie, TM, my favorite Mountie. I know you got Canada safe. So thank you for this opportunity for us to join hands, and stay tuned and stay care.
And as always, my friends, stay nerdy and station.